Today I feel so happy. It's like the guy she tells me not to worry about cannot upset me either. Because Liverpool have won 6-1. And there are other reasons to be happy in life, like my Gujarati friends at LFC Ahmedabad who have been teaching me a bit of Gujarati in the pre-match shows. But other than that, I'm happy that Diogo Jota scored a brace yesterday, and I'm happy that Mohamed Salah looks back in form. I'm happy that Cody Gakpo is going. But what's making me the happiest is Liverpool winning emphatically. वत्सल भाई फर्स्ट थॉट्स सबसे पहले आऊंगा डियोगो जोटा पे क्या ख्याल है व्हाट डू यू थिंक
I,
आर यू हैप्पी
I
और इज देयर अ बेटर
la-
वर्ड टू इट
last podcast, whom did we play against? Arsenal 2-all.
या
You asked me whether we should sell Jota or not, or whether his form is worrying me or not. And I said, worrying,
राइट
yes. Will he come back to form? Also, yes. I
या
very nicely remember. And I know I'm not a prediction expert or anything, but I always believed in Diogo Jota. And it was like the smile on my face was from my left cheek, from my left ear to my right ear.
या
And so it was like I was beaming with happiness yesterday, and I'm really happy. And the goals he took was also incredibly wonderful. It wasn't
राइट
like those simple tap-ins or a penalty goal which just helps you to get the confidence. It was like proper center forward kind of finish, which also
राइट
was a big plus.
Absolutely. Though I still did feel that the second goal was a bit of a scuffed finish. But yeah, I do understand that he deserves it after all that has
Yeah.
happened in the past 1 year. So, Dhawal bhai, what is your view on Trent's new role, and how happy did it make you on a scale of 9 to 10?
I've always liked Trent. तो I would say 9. I mean, yeah, like जिस तरह से वो खेलता है, like he can make mistakes. So he's not going
Right.
to be like 100%. Think what we need is like a big support like in mid,
Hmm.
and like when
Right.
he goes up, people need to cover for him. So I
Hmm.
think that's his game, and Klopp very much likes that game. So that's the reason like वो अभी इस team में है. So I think I was like very happy seeing that Trent is doing his best again. He has proven so many times. So I think we definitely need like one of the backups for him, who's maybe not as capable, but at least can work. Because we need him to rest in some games too. But yeah, Trent's positioning, his deliveries were very good. Like that, वो कौन सा गोल था Nunez का. So that
हाँ.
just
Hmm.
it
Right.
came out of nowhere. Or like मेरा match चालू था and I was also working. So
Right.
I did not realize until like people started screaming goal goal goal. I'm like क्या हुआ? Then I saw the replay and it was like yeah, it was definitely something that we have been missing. And it will not be fixed until yeah we have proper support from mid and everywhere else. So acha performance.
So,
Last win before this was 7-0 and this one was 6-1. Liverpool is a very weird club right now. So like there is
true.
no predictions I think can be proven right, or and I don't know how are they doing whatever they're doing, but it's very difficult. But yeah, it was
Talking
fun. It was fun.
Absolutely. I mean, I do agree with you on that. And like talking about predictions, like for someone who had his "I told you so" moment in our friend Vatsal, for Diogo Jota, Vatsal, what do you think? Like, what were the thoughts in your head when Ibrahim Konate made that mistake and the score was
Uh,
2-1?
uh, it felt like those one of those basic Liverpool errors which we have been seeing throughout this season, and for a moment you were like, did all that hard work in the first half just go disappearing, like go in vain or something? Because teams, when they concede one, are really vulnerable to concede another goal. So that was one of the main reasons why I felt like these kind of defensive errors can lead to momentum shift,
Right.
and could easily have swung the momentum to Leeds' favor. But yeah, it on in the grand scheme of things, it goes under the carpet if you are completely honest with me. But then
Hmm.
you need to brush out these mistakes as well, because there is no point in conceding six when you are, or sorry, scoring six when you are conceding goals cheaply. Well, if it's like a
Absolutely.
well-built goal, then you can obviously give the credit to the opposition. But these kind of errors are avoidable, and I'm seeing that they are accumulating in a way. But I'm just on. I know I've been crucifying Kunate a little, but to be honest with you, as I said already, I think the result in the end, I think once we talk about this, once we stop record, I think all of us are going to forget what he did. So,
I know, totally.
so I
I mean,
think, I think the good reason and why Kunate is safe from Twitter and in social media attack is the reason why we have scored six, and I feel like though that's not an excuse for letting it go. I
hmm.
thoroughly believe it was very much avoidable. But then okay, it's fine. Things happen.
I
Let's move
agree. I
on.
totally agree. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, like I also felt that these moments can sometimes change the match because, like,
Yeah.
as we saw in Liverpool versus Real, Liverpool were leading 2-1. I mean, Vinicius had scored that wonderful goal.
Uh,
But as much as great as Alisson has been this season, as soon as he made that mistake, which levied the score, from which Vinicius capitalized, I just thought it changed the whole momentum of the tie. And
exactly.
we don't. Yeah, and these moments can definitely change that. I mean,
Hmm.
it could have happened for Konate, but thankfully it did not. And
Yes.
like you talked a very you talked like about something which I wanted to really talk about was the build-up goals. Like you said, there was no build-up in that Leeds goal, but there was build-up in some of the goals that Liverpool scored. And Dhawal bhai, what do you think? Like seeing some of the goals, like the one which Jota scored, in which Curtis had that incisive pass, or
Hmm.
the one in which Salah scored the second goal for that matter, in which he put the ball past Melia. So, how do you feel like, according to you, how good did it feel to kind of see those goals coming back, those team finishes?
Yeah, so basically, I think it has to like quite a lot to do along with her skills of her players to the quality of leads. Also, I think the leads did not really pressure us in those situations. Like हमारी history रही है कि like all these small teams kind of squeeze us out in like many
Hmm.
of these things when
True.
especially when we are on like that stretch of like bad results. But I think
Hmm.
Leeds did not do any favors to themselves. So I think this was maybe they did not deserve. I guess generally to concede six goals. I guess 3-4 were fine, but
Yeah.
they did not play well. So I think that is one of the reasons. And Liverpool, they proved that we are capable of scoring these goals. But yeah, it's not going to be a consistent performance, of course, by any standards. But yeah, we still have the players up front who can do all these things, and yeah, it really felt good that the quality is still there in attack. So when the overhaul comes, we don't have to overhaul everything. It's not like we will have like Arsenal type 3, 4, 5 seasons transition, or like Manchester United who is still transitioning since a decade. So I think we'll be in a better position with just one season. If we buy smartly, we can capitalize on it. So I think this was a good indication that yeah, we still are there. We can get into like a better form against like good teams.
The
So
good the
very
good part
positive.
about the good part about those build-up goals is that despite us not having anything to play for, yes, you can argue that we are still in a race for Europa League football or Conference League football, but let's be honest, it's nothing to play for. It is still good to see players hungry and creating those chances, getting behind the opposition line, uh, finding good passes. It's still really nice to see and reassuring that yes, we have still not lost that hunger and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
just
and
to add on
See,
Dhawal's points, yeah.
one thing I would say, and I know I'm going out on limb when I say this, and it's not popular opinion on Twitter. If I That's why I'm not really posting it out there. But I still feel that there's, although pretty less, but there's a slight chance for Liverpool to make it into the top four, and I'll tell you why. And
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
I know Liverpool have been super unpredictable, but with Diaz coming back, Thiago coming back, players like Fabinho. I mean, Fabinho, I'm so thankful that he is starting to come back into form because honestly, he was diabolical, absolutely catastrophic at the start of the season. He was that bad.
yeah.
It was so sad to watch him play, but now I'm so happy that at least he's starting to come back relatively. And I just feel that with like I saw with the new formation change and all. And I'll tell you what, Liverpool's three away ties remaining this season are against Nottingham and two other teams which are fighting for relegation. One is against Leicester again, yeah, and there's one more tie which is against again, which I think against is against West Ham. Yeah. So Liverpool have three ties with teams that are fighting to stay up. So what I personally feel is that there's a chance. I know it's tough. I know you still have to face Tottenham at home, but then with the fixtures Newcastle have, I mean, I'm not even targeting Manchester United for that matter. I know they will be in the top three. But I know for one thing that maybe Newcastle can slip. I know it's a far stretch, but for me, maybe there's a possibility. And talking about possibility, Vatsal, do you think that with Luis Diaz coming in and Diogo Jota coming into form against Nottingham, who would you start at left on the left wing?
Let's be honest. Let's give Diogo Jota a good run of games
Right.
because Luis Diaz has just returned from injury, right? He just played how many minutes? 20 minutes? 10, 15? Like,
Hmm.
he didn't even play good half an hour yesterday. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not even 20 to be honest. I think it was 80-minute substitution. It was like 10 minutes, if I'm
Yeah,
not wrong.
it was
Yeah.
planned at 75, but he came on at on the
Yeah.
80th or 81st minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say he was ready for 15 but played 10. So I wouldn't consider starting him because let's not forget even Jota had a lengthy spell away on the sidelines. So
Hmm.
even he like yes, he's getting game time now, but let's not cut his game time and rush Luis Diaz because again, like 8 games remaining in the season, and we don't want to take any other major risks with Luis Diaz in general, who has had a much more lengthier spell away on the sidelines compared to Diogo Jota. So if we are making sure that we want to be fit and fine for the next season in the long run, I think Luis Diaz still needs minutes
Yeah.
here and there
It-
rather than throwing him in, against the Wolves and against the Wolves in general. Matlab, I meant against Nottingham Forest, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
but yeah. So I feel like because Jota didn't score for over a year, almost over a year, right?
Yeah.
So now that he is in form, I don't see the reason why you should then chop and change stuff. If
Hmm.
he's in form, he has got that eye for a goal again. Let's give him some more game time and let's see how his form is from now towards the end of the season. And we still have 8 games left. I'm sure Luis Diaz will start the latter games, like the second last game or the third last game of the season.
mm,
I'm completely sure. But the other part which is reassuring is that we have so many options in attack now. Once
Right.
we have like 6 fit attacking players, we can crop and change. We can tweak the formation. We can tweak tactics. We can tweak the pressing. We can do so many things now, and it is
Absolutely.
really brilliant to see all 6 of them fit now.
Talking about brilliant things to see, Dhawal bhai, like we have seen Firmino do really well in the center forward position for years now. This season too, he was the talisman at the start of the season when Nunez wasn't really firing. Nunez is starting to come back into form. I think he has had a really decent first season with 15 goals. I know he has made misses. And of course, Gakpo again is performing really well, especially in the last few matches.
mm.
So, what do you think that going forward this season, who should be Liverpool's main center forward?
I think Gakpo should be playing all the games. He's basically a Firmino replacement. Like
Hmm.
this is not like I did not come to this opinion on myself, because but I like I've seen people talking about this, and I also see kind of like just a khelta hai, like how he strikes the ball like in the final third, how he like handles it. So I think we don't need to start Firmino. Gakpo should start all the games there. Like he can be replaced, like let's say at 70 or something. But I think Jota and Salah, or just replace Jota with Nunez, and I think we have our front. We don't need Diaz to start all these games because now we are in a situation where if Newcastle slips up, we have to win all the games. So
Right.
think what Klopp will look to do mostly is just like recycle the midfield, like change, keep changing players. But I think the front definitely has Gakpo and Salah are going to be there, but he will change the rest. I think Jota does deserve a little run. Maybe Nunez coming off the bench at 60 or 70, it will make a better impact. Especially like so, I think the Klopp has to adapt accordingly, like whatever the score is at those moments. But I think Gakpo and Salah should be there, and Jota and Nunez they can be replaced accordingly. And
I
I think
Right.
Firmino is also not someone we can discount because if the game is at 1-1-0-0, I think Firmino has the intellect still. He
Hmm.
can make like a major difference. He has made a difference like in previous games this season. So I think
True.
bringing him on like in all the games would not be a bad idea. I think we are good there. We just need to ensure that we don't concede goals like silly goals. I think if
Fair.
we prevent that, at least we'll grind out a draw or a win. So I think top four wise, I think we may have a chance, but I think we need Newcastle to lose 3 or 4 games at least.
Absolutely.
Unless that
Absolutely.
happens, I'm not really sure.
Absolutely. And as we wrap this up, I want quick predictions from you for the Nottingham Forest game. So, because as Dhaval talked about, we did consider a silly goal that time around
Hmm.
too, not in against Nottingham Forest too. So, Vatsal bhai, final predictions for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I was just checking whether the game's away or yeah, it's a home
It's
game, right?
home game.
Ah, relatively should be a issue, but let's not count our chickens before the hats. Not going against like scoring 7 or 6. I'll go for a regular 2-0 win. Like, I'll be happy.
Fair enough. Dhaval bhai?
We'll concede for sure, but I think we'll probably score like 2 or 3 at least.
Okay.
I will go with 3-1.
Yeah, good one.
Okay, so like before we wrap this up, guys, so we are gonna put up a post on LinkedIn with you that we have partnered up with you guys. So can you just give a? I want to take a screenshot. Can you just do a this sort of sign because it's like just goes to show that we guys are in a partnership. I'm just gonna take a screenshot and yep, that is it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And as I promised yesterday, though I don't want to do it, as I promised, I had to do this because
Yeah,
yeah,
I did it better than you, to be honest. I did it.
yeah, yeah. I had made a promise yesterday that if Jota scores, I would. And yeah, this is where I am. So yeah, I am a man of my words. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Dhaval bhai.
Yeah,
Thank you, Vatsal bhai.
thank you for inviting us.
No
Okay,
worries,
Pleasure,
man.
yeah,
pleasure.
okay, okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.